Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up, and we'll be getting underway very soon. So off we go then.
Well, Peter, I reckon Dragan Stojkovic will be important here.
He's not the biggest necessarily, Jim, I suppose, but he is a multi-dimensional.
Chance! In he goes again!
There's a defensive height advantage here, Peter, but of course it's not guaranteed to work.
Absolutely, Dad. Certainly not as big as those trying to stop them. Stojkovic plays it short, and that is expertly dealt with. Arsenal are looking to go forward now. Arsenal are looking to break at pace, and it's made its way to him. Oh, well measured. Chouameni, Baresi, Rodri. Now, can they get him away? Zanetti crosses. That has earned a reprieve for the time being.
They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Getting up there! Not a bad try by any means.
Yeah, it's good movement though. A bit unlucky he couldn't actually steer it goalwards.
Looking for options for movement. Bellingham. Decent chance! And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders.
You lucky boy, you lucky boy. Giving the ball away like that is usually punished.
Rodri. And the pass is intercepted. And it's Stojkovic. He's looking wide. He is through here. Can he finish? Oh, so close to what would have been a memorable goal.
For me, it really shows some outlandish skills, which is always welcome and obviously refreshing.
Played into space. Zanetti. And here's Totti. Well, that is one way to stop him. Bit of an appeal, but nothing doing. It's a searching pass. He won't be happy with that one. Good effort from distance. And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Chouameni really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Corner number 2 then. Fermin is there and he can get that clear. And now they can spring out of defence. And this is Batistuta. Nicely spread. Yamal. Crunching tackle. Referee's had a good look and given a corner. Madrid have their second corner now.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
There will be a throw-in. Stojkovic can see things others simply cannot. Dunk. Chouameni. And it's Totti. Oh, he's taken out. That'll be a foul. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is. Stojkovic.
Arsenal are totally dominant in the middle of the park, a no-way through zone.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Stojkovic. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
The whistle's gone, and that's it for the first half. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings.
Please make sure to watch the screen for
And we are up to the break.
From the
A very entertaining half, Peter. The game's being played at a really good intensity. It's been open. It's been quite end-to-end, and I think the crowd are really immersing themselves into this, and I just hope we get more of the same in the second half. Something to look forward to.
Number 18.
So we are where we began. The scoreline remains 0-0 at the break.
Coming on the field.
And we are back underway.
Well, both sides are eager to get going. Here's hoping that it's a good sign. Things are about to change. We need a little more life in this.
And one more try! A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
I'm really impressed with the tenacity he's shown to intercept that. That's how they're going to make things happen.
Brahim Diaz has it in a wide position. So, third corner of the game. That's really well cleared. Arsenal have the chance to go the other way. Torres gets into a good position, looking for the run. It's a promising position, produces a cross, cleared without hesitation, and he's there to get it away. Madrid appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Oh, he's found support out wide. He's found the way through. Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Stoichkov. Oh, he's onto this. And this is Torres. Can he finish? Oh, it's come off the upright. And that was very necessary. And this is Stoichkov. And he shoots! Oh, wonderful! What a goal! A finish of true class! And late in the day, a telling moment.
Well, what a shift in moods here, Peter. That weight's finally off their shoulders, and tails are well and truly up.
Batistuta! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Batistuta clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Corner number 4 coming up here. Keeper has taken decisive action.
Madrid really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
And he's had it nicked away. Vinicius Junior. And he's intervened well there. Tries to play it through. Brahim Diaz has the space to scheme. Dunk clears it away.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
Two added minutes has been indicated.
Lovely pass, but can he get there?
Real chance! Oh, good finish! We thought they were done, but never say never!
Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
And how easy did he make that look?
That's that, the end. So it's ended all square, both sides showing battling qualities and neither willing to give in. Your final thoughts, Jim?
Arsenal can always take more positives from a result like
Security
this.
staff for
Yes,
each
there is.
The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest.
Against Milan.
Oh, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself.
So off we go then.
Well, Fabio Cannavaro may not be a giant in physical terms, Jim, but his reputation, his presence are as imposing as they come.
Yeah, he's proof positive that being a top-class centre-half isn't all about physicality and height. You know, he's only 5'9", but he's imperious in the air. It just goes to show the importance of how he reads the game, the anticipation, the positioning.
Zanetti got a long way forward to join the attack.
Oh, it's a clear foul, and the referee's got a decision to make.
No, the referee's judged that the offence took place outside the area. Adams has been given a red card for the denial of a clear goal-scoring opportunity.
Well, it's never nice to see something like that, is it? But that's what it says in the letter of the law. He's got to go.
Bellingham. Zanetti. He won't be happy with that one. That's been cut out, well played. Bellingham. Dunk, kept his eye on it, and he's there. Now it's Inzaghi. And this is Neymar. Neymar! Another special Neymar moment! About as smooth as it gets. Arsenal take the lead. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
You felt it was coming, 1-0.
Well, it's great commitment on show here. They'll be hoping now that they can stay focused and disciplined enough to hold on to this.
Bellingham. Passing is crisp and sharp. Rijkaard. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. Neymar is a player who's always giving defenders headaches. Well, they've got it back in a hurry. Looking for options for movement. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. Looking for the run. Cafu is sporting a guilty look after that.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Plenty of appeals, but the referee is not interested. And there's green grass ahead of him. He's got away. And it's Zanetti. Now, can they get him away? And this is Ronaldinho. Oh, now he can run away with it. Ronaldinho is having a shot! It's in! They have done it! They have their equaliser!
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Look at the manager here, he's absolutely fuming, and he has every right to be. You can't win football matches if you give the ball away like that.
Milan restore parity.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Tries to play it through. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. The whistle's gone, and that's it for the first half. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go, and they head into the break all square. Reflections on the first half?
Arsenal can take heart from the fact that they're more than holding their own despite being a man down. That's credit to their level of organisation and spirit. Now that they've got a chance to have a breather and settle down, it'll be interesting to see what approach they'll take after the break.
Well, it's been a tight game, but one that's packed with incident and talking points. A decent watch this, and it's 1-1 at half-time. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half. Berbatov. McAllister is the team's great visionary. Arsenal different to some extent this half. Details of the changes to come soon.
Well, I think this is probably a good time, Peter, to make ambitious change.
Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. And now the breakaway. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Now it's Berbatov. Aimed beyond the defence. It's Basho! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Substitution for Arsenal. Number 19.
Milan with their first corner. The first in the game for either side, actually.
Coming to replace him is number 20, Stoichkov.
Arsenal have the chance to go the other way. Cannavaro makes the interception. Courtois is there to clear. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
That pass isn't the best. McAllister. Now that looks a decent ball. Torres has the space to scheme.
Can he finish?
And now they can clear their lines. And it's Fernando Torres. De Bruyne! It's loose and there's a race for the ball.
Substitution in progress.
Aimed at the far side. Cleared away. Arsenal perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. Nice looking ball. That's a decent clearance. And smartly reclaimed. And he's there to get it away.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
And this is Ronaldinho. McAllister kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Looking to play him in.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Dani Olmo conjures time and space where few can. And here's Stoichkov.
2 added minutes
And
has
he's
been
being shifted off
indicated.
it. Cannavaro clears without hesitation. Time added on will be 2 minutes. So that's it. It is all over. Decent game of football, that. Intense, intriguing. And both sides, as it turns out, unable to be separated. Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. So that's got things underway. Liverpool have gone 4-3-3. Jim, how do you interpret that?
Yeah, and the two wide players up front can make the system pretty much succeed or fail. They'll be quite flexible in their creative movement. They like to drift in. At times they'll mix their game up and keep their width. And of course they're also expected to track any runs from opposition fullbacks.
And Batistuta! Oh, classic Batistuta!
Well, this is already looking rather ominous for the opposition. When a player of his calibre can open up the scoring with a brilliantly classy finish, it could be a very long match for that defence to prevent it happening again.
Unstoppable. Just how do they contain him?
Batistuta demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just create enough room for him to be able to get the shot away. And I think it's just top play.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Cafu. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Zanetti. He is through here. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. This is a promising build-up.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
He's picked his way through. Nicely aimed pass. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. And the shot's on here. Eto is a player who's always giving defenders headaches. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And there's green grass ahead of him. Bellingham. Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
It's Inzaghi! Magnificent! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! Arsenal are level. And he stuck it away as if laser-guided.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
We're looking at a different game now.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Batistuta receives it in a wide position. Real chance! What a wonderful goal!
Oh, he did so well to hold his run and stay on side, Peter. That was really clever.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
He has found a way through. Oh, he's been caught napping. Chouameni. And the referee has blown for half-time. It's been thrills and spills at either end in the first half. Neither side really seizing the initiative, and both teams still very much in it.
Just a quick request today.
Caution certainly not on the agenda here from both sides.
Yeah, they're ahead, Peter, but they can't afford to get too complacent. They need to go with the same intensity and tempo they showed in getting both the goals. Try to get another now and establish that two-goal cushion early in the second half.
So that's it for the first half, and everyone takes a well-earned rest. The second half is Neymar! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
And this is Batistuta, looking for the run. Can he get it through? Oh, well played, and that's gone route one. Puyol calmly anticipates. Eto. Well, they are still trailing, and they require a change of fortune pretty sharpish. Bellingham. Now Neymar. Quarter of an hour into the second half. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Good read, needed to be.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
And it's Bellingham. Neymar quietly revving up. And this is Inzaghi. It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Batistuta. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
Zanetti. Traumeri knocks it out wide, back towards the middle. Now it's Neymar. Goes for a shot! Oh, the ball's run loose here.
Arsenal really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
Hoisted upfield by the keeper. It's a pretty loose pass. And he was quick to react. Arsenal are running out of time and out of options.
Yeah, they're really playing in hope at this point, but hope is something you can always cling to.
And here's Owen. Owen.
Liverpool really wanted that two-goal cushion, but it wasn't to be. Still, they should be able to see it out from here.
Eto. Traumeri, and that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Bellingham. And time is up. Well, this was a game they could so easily have won on another day, but alas, that wasn't to be, and they go down by the odd... Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now.
Against Arsenal.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. So it's away we go then. Brazil have gone with what looks like an orthodox 4-4-2, Jim.
Well, the modern version of that is a lot more fluid and flexible than in bygone times. There's a much greater understanding of the need for players to cover forward running, and it enables risk-taking while the gaps are filled. I'm very much a fan of it. There are a lot of people who seem to have kind of ignored it, and...
Neymar! Deftly away. Looking for the run, and Torres! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
And they can counter here. That has not gone well. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
So we're still where we started right now. Cafu. Oliver Kahn, a huge man with a huge presence and a big voice in the game.
Can he finish?
And he's really put himself on the line here.
Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Keeper's dealt with that. Brazil have the chance to go the other way. It's a promising position.
He is through here.
Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Not the most accurate pass. And here's Yamal. Just coming up to the 30-minute mark. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Rodri. Bellingham. And it's Zanetti. Park Ji-sung is one whose deliveries we all know about.
And the shot!
Oh, he's been caught napping!
And again!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Tries one from range!
Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it.
Can't be expected to deliver anything better than that. This is heroic keeping.
He steps in, and that's the end of that. Bellingham.
It was indecision all round. They have to do a bit better than that.
Oh, there's a probing ball. And the referee has blown for half-time. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. So there was the first half.
Arsenal certainly have plenty of positives to take from that first half, especially the way they were able to turn it on in the last few minutes. I can see them coming out with more menace, more meaningfulness after the break, as momentum is definitely with them now.
So, no breakthrough from either side, 0-0 after 45 minutes of action. Back on the way then.
Arsenal clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to say anything to them, it would be just keep going. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it.
They're urging him to...
Tries a shot!
Oh, that is rather wayward.
That's the threat he carries, Peter, running at defences like that. If only he managed to retain his composure.
And the pass is intercepted. Zanetti making good progress. Well, into the second half, and it's still goalless. Stoichkov! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
It's their second corner of the game. Oh, good effort! Oh, he's given that plenty, but no. Bastoni promptly onto that, and that is that. Marmouche.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
And that pass just didn't quite work. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Pass somewhat off target. It is still anyone's game, 0-0. This is a promising build-up.
Are certainly playing with an intense focus.
And Parkinson! Straight at the keeper. There could be trouble here. Yamal. Arsenal are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. He's given the time to pick a pass. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
He made it look a bit predictable.
He's rising! Oh, and that one's done no damage in the end.
That is a really good chance missed, Peter. Certainly the way he's been playing.
Oh, they could be caught out here. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Bellingham wins the duel this time.
Variety is the spice of footballing life too. They need to alter their approach and start shifting this ball out wide. I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Oh, he's been caught on it here.
Look, this is so frustrating. Passing without any end product is just passing time.
And that will be the final act. So we finish as we started. Try as they might, neither was able to... Oh, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So it's down to business here.
Alessandro Costa-Curta, he doesn't have what you'd call a classic centre-back's physique, does he?
No, but his game is never really about athleticism, power and the physical stuff. He never has to let it be.
Well, it's interesting because he's still become considered one of the greatest defenders of his time. How's that?
Well, it's characteristics like leadership, his class, his tenacity. He's nigh on perfect reading of the game and all done with immaculate discipline.
Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. And it had to be. And here's Sané. Engages and forces him off the ball. That's an imaginative pass.
Well, it seems as if the message has been issued by both managers: don't concede the opener.
Tchouaméni. Raul. Cafu. Back towards the middle. It's Bellingham. And it's Zanetti. Here's Rodri. Raul. Szoboszlai. Sané looking to be a menace in the final third. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And this is Torres. It's Raul! Now, who's going to be first to this? And here's Vinicius Junior. Tchouaméni. Neymar.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Sané. Burmo. Burmo will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. And there's no such thing as a bad time to score, but this would sure be a good time. Cafu. Tchouaméni. Bellingham. And it's Neymar. Now that looks a decent ball. And he's intervened well there.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And the referee says that is that for the first half. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here.
And a quick announcement today that
So your views on the first half?
Well, I think from the manager's viewpoint, Peter, he'll be demanding more from his team during the break, but he'll at least be happy at the way they've contained the opposition so far.
So we are where we began. The scoreline remains 0-0 at the break. So straight into the second half.
Arsenal are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his half-time team talk.
Well, this may not be the kindest angle for a direct hit.
I think it looks as if they're going to try and whip this one in with pace. Well, it wasn't a bad effort. I mean, you could see his intention. It just needed a bit more curl and bend to take it away from the goalkeeper.
Zanetti kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Raul. Neymar. He has a look up. And they're back on the ball again. And this is Raul. Neymar! What a hit! What a hit! A rocket anthem! A finish of true class! And that is stunning, just too hot to handle.
And I think he's even surprised himself, Peter, in how well he caught that.
So we have the first goal,
And talk about the perfect time to score. The manager's giving nothing away, but he'll be thrilled inside.
Oh, easy pickings there. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
There's a lot of football still to be played, Peter, so ideally they need to maintain an attacking endeavour.
Nicely aimed pass. And that has put paid to that. Burmo, never out of the action for very long.
Big chance! And yes, it's there! And once more we are all square. You score, we score.
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Number 20, Stoichkov.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
Well, there's resilience for you, Peter. As a side, they never lost focus despite the setback, and this is thoroughly merited. For me, now they can go one better, possibly.
Now it's Neymar. And this is Torres. Arsenal perhaps contemplating their next change here.
Oh, he's taken out. That'll be a foul. And he has shown him a yellow card. Well, there is concern on the faces of the players standing around him here.
Yeah, we guessed that this scenario could take place because he's up against pace.
And it's Zanetti. Great vision. Plays in a cross.
Gets his head on it! And it's hit the woodwork and out!
Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai.
He's having a hit! Oh no, that could be a costly miss.
It's a very watchable game, isn't it? Any goal from here could well be the winner.
Substitution for Arsenal. Number 9, Bellingham.
Ah, now some movement on the
Number
bench,
22,
and we are going to see a change.
Fernando Torres. Number 15, Chouameni.
Arsenal
Coming on the
have
field.
now used up all but one of their substitution
Number
windows.
Number
And
18,
Stoichkov!
David Beal.
And that is well cleared.
De Bruyne.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Now, can they get him away? And Burmo.
And he shoots!
And that was struck with genuine force.
Substitution for Arsenal. Number 16.
All hands on
Rodri.
deck for this one.
Coming on the field is number 3, McAllister. Substitution in progress. Six added minutes.
And
has
that
been
is out of
indicated.
play. Zanetti.
Tries one from range!
And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
The message is simple: defend this with your lives.
Is that it? Is this the moment they stole it? Well, they've done the hard part, now to survive the last few minutes.
Well, what an end to the game, Peter. But now comes the overwhelming question: how long is there left, including stoppages?
That's the end. Arsenal can look back at this result with regret. A front foot start, but they were ultimately made to pay for their inability. Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So we're very much on the way now. This is the lineup we've been given. How do you read it, Jim?
Reminders of a golden era in English football, I should add, and it continues to hold its place in the modern game. Playing a second striker runs the risk of being outnumbered in midfield, of course, so with the wider pairing and fullbacks, plenty of running has to be part of their play, and of course the right service into the box.
Park Ji-sung, and the pass is intercepted. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Now it's Torres.
I think it goes without saying, Peter, that Michel Platini will be standout here.
Yeah, a man, of course, who's been idolised by so many, but bettered by almost no man.
Yeah, maybe other players can do it on their day, Peter, but with this...
It's Neymar! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Neymar actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest. Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. And this is Raul. And now a sudden chance to counter. And it's Fernando Torres. And this is Neymar.
Neymar really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
He's in plenty of space here. Defending of the desperate variety. Pedri. Now the cross.
Well, that has caused disappointment to some, unsurprisingly, and disgust to others. What a waste.
Now it's Stoichkov, and he was quick to react. Cafu. Passes coming off in quick succession here. And here's Neymar. Oh, crack. Kachu!
Really look like a team that's set up to absorb pressure. They don't mind being on the back foot.
But with something up there. And Stoichkov! He's delivered all right! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
The first breakthrough.
Well, that gives them the privilege to control the tempo of the game. It's up to them to manage it from here now.
And here's Stoichkov. Cafu. Tchouaméni. Rodri. Passing is crisp and sharp. And here's Neymar. Park Ji-sung.
There will be 1 minute
David
added
Villa.
time.
Now it's Villa. He is through here. That's it, 45 minutes up. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. Arsenal unable to get back onto level terms before half-time. They trail 1-0.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the support have had little to cheer about. So an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
Well, that is the first half done, and we are ready for what follows in the second. The second half is up and running.
Well, I think in these circumstances it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Look at this, Latini! Oh, it's goal! So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Now it's Villa. And it's Stoichkov. And this is Neymar. Well, momentarily the situation was perilous, but his alertness has saved the day.
If you were looking at the shopping list of what you need in a top defender, that's it.
Park Ji-sung. Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. Now it's Stoichkov. And again, they run up against stubborn defending. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
We've not seen much from this team as a whole, Peter. OK, that's largely due to the way their opponents have approached it, but they can up their game considerably, and I mean considerably.
And they're back on the ball again. Good defending, albeit from an unexpected source.
He's dealt with that very well, Peter. It's a real show of discipline.
Now it's Torres. That's an excellent interception.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
That is decidedly lacking.
I thought it was a really good break. No shortage of pace nor intensity. Exactly what's required when on the counter-attack.
Substitution on the field. Number 9, Platini.
So changes afoot
Number
here,
13,
and from both sides.
Madrid. Number 4, Park Ji-sung. Number 3,
Now it's
Adams.
Stoichkov.
Number 18,
Tries to play it
David
through.
Villa. Coming on the field.
He is
number
slightly
27,
undercooked, that one.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Number 11, Vitinha.
Guti, searching pass he's played there.
Number 20,
Khan breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball.
Thun can really think about the precious seconds that took off the clock. No need to overly commit now.
There will be 1 minute at a
Makalele
time.
calmly anticipates. Now it's Villa, and it's Bellingham. Great ball, and he's in here. Moran getting this one clear. And there goes their last chance. Quite a game, and one that was always on a knife edge until the very final. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant
Hello,
buzz in the
everybody, and
stadium,
welcome
and the
to
players on the
today's
pitch
match.
are raring to go
Brazil
any minute
against
now.
Arsenal.
Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up, and we'll be getting underway very soon. And that gets things running. Well, there is no question that Eden Hazard, on his day, is one of the world's best, Jim. So how do you interpret the role he's been given here?
Well, we all know he's at his best when he's coming in from that left side, whether it's to drag people away and isolate them or to combine with central attackers, but he also often...
And the finish! Another special Neymar moment! About as smooth as it gets! And Brazil take the lead! The movement so precise, the finish... And the shot! Oh, the ball's run loose, and the keeper couldn't hold it. Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Totti is offering a wry smile there. Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Getting up there! He's done very well to get to that.
Van Dijk really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Arsenal have their second corner now. And it's hoisted clear. And now they can spring out of defence. And he's had it nicked away. Kukcu. Looking to play him in. Oh, shoot! And the shot! And he's stuck it away! And once more we are all square. You score, we score!
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine spell, which for me deserved that equaliser.
Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Oh, that was beautifully done. They were ready to pounce, and they were clinical when the opportunity presented itself.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
Well, they just couldn't have responded any better, Peter. Yeah, there's the old cliche about how teams can lose focus after scoring, but you still have to take your chances. Brilliant.
Oh, that's a key interception. Messi. Just about midway through the first half, and it has been an engaging watch. Brazil disappointing in the end there. They lack urgency. No question, this is the man you want to get onto the end of things. Batistuta. Totti. Looking for options for movement. Well, that's beautifully weighted. Lisandro Martinez tries to clear. Corner number 3 coming up. Towering header! Oh, he's given that plenty, but no.
Well, he's furious with himself, but at least the boss is applauding his effort then.
And he's made sure that's not getting through. Cafu. And here's the chance to counter. Lisandro Martinez gets across to intercept that. And they're back on the ball again. Well read, nice interception. Neymar, and it's Azar. And it's Cancelo. João Cancelo charging forward down that flank. Tchouaméni with the clearance. Szoboszlai.
2 added
To
minutes
Messi.
has been indicated.
Tries to thread one through. Oh, that's clever. And that's a simple one for the keeper. And it's half-time. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go, and they head into the break all square. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Arsenal will be pretty happy with the way they've performed so far. They remained calm after going behind, and they were able to raise the intensity, get their equaliser. So this isn't bad at all.
So, all square at half-time, each side matching the other blow for blow at the break. And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half. Arsenal do look as though they've made a half-time change here.
I'll be fascinated to see how the change now affects their overall strategy.
Now it's Stoichkov, and this is Torres. That's going to go a long way. Arsenal have it back and can go again. But that has not gone well. Cafu. Now that looks a decent ball. Can he finish? And he couldn't finish.
Well, you have to say how clever the pass was. It caught the defence off guard because of the disguise on it, and it makes it all the more disappointing that he didn't top it off with a finish.
Batistuta, he's had a shot! Well, the contact was true enough, the aim wasn't quite.
Well, the keeper looks perplexed. That was hit with real ferocity.
Azar can see things others simply cannot. Can he get it through? That looks a cracking ball.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And here's Stoichkov.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Hazard. João Cancelo. Arsenal perhaps contemplating their next change here. That pass has been well intercepted. Chouameni. Oh, easy pickings there. Aimed beyond the defence.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
It's a good run down the right. And it's Cancelo. Brilliantly cut out. He'll try from distance! Oh no, that could be a costly miss.
Oh, looking, there's the urgency they need, and it nearly brought them a goal.
Substitution for Brazil, number 17.
So we have movement on both benches.
Number 9, Batistuta. Number 11, Neymar.
Still anyone's game this. One moment can decide it.
It's a very open game and an exciting watch. There are no signs of nerves or caginess from either team. This pitch is go-for-it territory right now.
He's going to be disappointed with that.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
And the shot! Oh, he's done it! Oh, that has got to be it! This has to be it! Oh, whose goal is that? Big deflection. That's one for the dubious goals panel. And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Arsenal can justifiably find this a hard one to swallow. They gave it their all, but ultimately they have fallen just short against an opponent. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. And we're underway. With so many teams now playing just one up front, Jim, it's easy to forget, isn't it, that strike partnerships used to be the norm.
Absolutely, Peter, but partnerships have proven themselves to be very...
And Torres! And he's done it!
Well, They would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
You don't keep those outs. He knew, he just knew.
Oh, it was a real beauty, Peter, and while many might have just lashed out at it, he took his time and he put it where very few can.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Oh, terrible pass. He's in chance! And a neat finish. 2, and we've barely begun here. And that really is so impressive.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
And the header is disappointing in the end.
That's good play, plenty of targets in the penalty area and plenty of movement too.
Arsenal have hit a quick-fire double here and are well and truly in the driving seat. And here's Inzaghi, and he's having a hit! It's bounced back off the post. Tchouaméni, Cafu, Tchouaméni, some really good ball movement. Neymar going for Neymar! Now there's a terrific hit. Scholes. And it's Scholes. Nicely shaped ball. Oh no, that was never going to make it. Tchouaméni, Cafu, Rodri, looking to pass their way up the pitch. Nagatomo, Serginho, some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Scholes, Batistuta, that is a crunching tackle. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Now it's Inzaghi. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. Oh, he's taken it. And it's Zanetti. That's really well manoeuvred. Arsenal heading towards the half-time break. The win very much in their sails. And that has been cut short. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
And he's intervened well there. Neymar. Tchouaméni. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he?
2 added minutes.
And that has put paid to that. And it's Tchouaméni. And here's Inzaghi. And this is Neymar. Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. And the referee says that is that for the first half. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Arsenal really did kick on after getting that first goal. Could they have gone another one and killed the game off completely? Possibly. But as long as they can keep up the intensity, maintain the purpose levels, I think they'll get another chance soon enough.
Arsenal looking composed, content, comfortable, leading 2-0 at half-time. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half. Adams. Yaya Toure. Turns back here, probably the best option. Here's Nagatomo. Serginho. Threads one in. Nagatomo delivers. That should be the goalkeepers, and it is.
Filippo Inzaghi really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Nicely intercepted. And this is Shevchenko. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Serginho. And it's Yaya Toure. And here's chance, surely! Lacking in accuracy.
Oh, it was a brilliant touch to set himself up. Just a shame that the finish let him down.
Substitutions taking place.
Arsenal choosing to make the first change. And the break in play means they can now affect their change.
Yeah, I think the manager might have feared his team could become a little tentative, conservative even, Peter, but this will make a nice change.
Now it's Inzaghi. Filippo Inzaghi. Nagatomo.
Are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here.
Arsenal still have the cards to affect this game.
There they go, hunting again.
That's a foul, no two ways about it. He knew what was coming, that's a yellow card. Players have gathered round and they are clearly concerned.
I just think it was a cheap foul to give away.
Yaya Toure. Nice looking ball. Impressive jump! And he couldn't finish.
What a pass, one that literally dropped into his path. It was asking to be finished.
That was good alertness. Triol. And it's Nagatomo. And it's Serginho. Shevchenko. Nagatomo has the space to scheme. And he's gone backward here. A header! And no! He had to, and yet he could not.
Well, at least they're showing some positive intent now, Peter. That's the sort of urgency that's required when you do go behind.
Tries to pass it through. And the whistler's gone for a reckless challenge there. Well, that's a booking, always looked it. Well, this is worrying. He is not the sort of player who tends to stay down.
Yeah, it would seem a little too far out, and this would probably be a think far post.
Substitution.
Arsenal are able now to make their substitution. It's been on the cards for a few moments now. Oh, and that one's done no damage in the end.
Well, he's furious with himself, but at least the boss is applauding his effort then.
Into the last 5 minutes. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Yaya Toure. Stoichkov. Zanetti. And here's Bellingham.
4 added minutes has been indicated.
Batistuta. There will be 4 extra minutes. Serginho. This is a promising build-up. And this is Batistuta. Zanetti. Oh. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. So smiles all round as they shamelessly indulge in the post-whistle euphoria. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion.
Hello,
The game yet to
everybody,
kick
and
off.
welcome to
The
today's
excitement's
match.
already palpable.
England against Arsenal.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So off we go then.
Well, Peter, it's easy to heap praise on players that play further up the field, but they couldn't do what they did without the unsung heroes doing the dirty work, and Frank Rijkaard is amongst the very best in the business.
Some say the best ever.
Yeah, and I can see why. He's about as sophisticated as players come, and his role covers everything from reclaiming the ball to, well, pretty much everything else. Only a man of his calibre and cleverness can do that.
Oh, super find. That's a promising position. He's picked his way through. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other.
That appeared to be an inevitable outcome. Too much traffic.
And that is well cleared. Now he's got space here. And he welcomes it in. DiMarco makes the interception.
Well, neither defence has had a wake-up call yet, because neither attack has turned up.
Zanetti. And it's Totti. Threads one in. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And here's Torres. Now he's running away. It's run loose. Who's going to get there?
Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Impressive jump! Goal! Arsenal! Arsenal take the lead! A wonderful delivery, and all it needed was a touch.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
Arsenal are in front now, the game's only goal.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here, and while there's never a good time to be caught out, you definitely don't want it to be now.
Well, that looks a decent ball. Nicely weighted ball. Oh, well played. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. That is ended up in no man's land. Kokchu, pass somewhat off target. Kokchu is always scanning the pitch for targets. Dani Olmo, well, that pass isn't the best. Kokchu. Now it's Couch. Crunching tackle. And it's Totti. And he's picked out the run. Inzaghi showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Chouameni. No way through there. Oh, good-looking ball. Now, can they get him away? And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. Engages and forces him off the ball. That's a lovely, neat pass. Oh, easy pickings there. So, a temporary halt to the action. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking.
Announcement today that
Arsenal coming in at half-time, leading by 1-0.
On the evidence of what we've seen, they're worth their lead. There was genuine intensity and purpose behind what they brought to the game. I think they won a strong start just after the break, though, to force the issue that bit more.
Arsenal can be fairly satisfied then. It's so far so good for them. And it's 1-0 at the break. And we're already back up and running after half-time. Arsenal currently ahead by the smallest of margins. Totti was ultimately thwarted there, but it took a few of them to stop him.
Well, I appreciate the fact he's trying to make a difference, and if he carries on like that, he may well do.
Now it's Totti. Oh, Totti! Well, now it's a race for the ball.
We'll simply have to tip his hat to the keeper here, because that was a magnificent save.
Kaut. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Chouameni. Not the most accurate pass. Your impression so far, Jim?
There's a lot of football still to be played, Peter, so ideally they need to maintain an attacking endeavour.
Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. He's got away.
Stoichkov clearly held on to it far too long there. Did he do enough to find someone? He looked as if he had his mind set on trying to do everything his way.
No luck with that dink over the top.
Substitution for England, number 19.
So we have movement on both benches.
Number 9, Mbappe. Number 5, El Youth.
Are certainly
Number
playing with an
41,
intense focus
right.
in executing their plan here.
Not a hint of offside here. Van Dijk did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise.
Number 8.
He's just misjudged that one.
Number 15, Bruno Fernandes. Number 4, De Bruyne. Substitution.
That's an imaginative pass. Quality ball. Now it's Mbappe. Half an hour gone in the second half. Tries to play it through. And this is Batistuta. Oh, just great chance! It's in! And with the match slipping away, they have hauled themselves off the canvas. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Well, a little more decisiveness on the ball and that probably wouldn't have happened, but still, it was very well played. Great pressure to force the error.
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
England really can sense it now. This game is theirs to win. They just need to step it up and force the issue.
And that was very necessary. And that's really well manoeuvred. Mbappe going after that.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Van Dijk getting this one clear. They're back in possession and ready to go again.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
No, that's been intercepted.
2 added minutes
Looking for the run.
indicated.
That's really well cleared. Taken back almost at once. So that's it. It is all over. A good watch, more than a good watch actually, certainly from a sporting perspective. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. There's the whistle. This is the lineup we've been given. How do you read it, Jim?
I think it gets a terrible raw deal these days. It's deemed old-fashioned, outdated, but in truth, with the right personnel, it works just as well as any other system or formation. Success can still be had with it, and teams are still winning big trophies with exactly this setup.
Oh, easy pickings there. Oh, Red, nice interception. And the pass is intercepted. And here's Torres. Tries to pass it through. Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go.
Yeah, the crowd have tried to spark some excitement, but to no avail. This needs something explosive.
Bellingham unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Vieira simply refused to be outdone there. Now it's Cruyff. Rodri. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Well, Peter, it would have to be the highly rated Dean Howson. The perfect blend of total football and tiki-taka. I like the front-footed approach he takes to defending. He's very effective, pushing people back by almost joining in central midfield himself. And, you know, he has a real air of authority about him now as he matures through the game.
No argument from me on that front. It's easy to see how his presence alone affects both sides. And this is Torres. Crosses it in. Terrific effort! Goal! Arsenal! He watched it all the way, and the finish was unerring.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
So the first moment of real significance.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here, and while there's never a good time to be caught out, you definitely don't want it to be now.
Where it came from. Cruyff! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Cruyff is offering a wry smile there. Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Rodri gets it away. Arsenal have the chance to go the other way. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. And here's Messi.
Messi really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Lovely bit of skill.
Added time.
But they've got it again. Looking for the far post. And the referee has blown for half-time. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. Arsenal just ahead then as we reach 45
please
minutes.
kindly remove any cause.
I thought that was a decent 45 minutes of football. Plenty of signs that both managers can take a lot of encouragement from. I would say the mood is neither overly negative nor positive. You still have to approach this like it's 0-0.
Arsenal can look back at a decent first half. 1-0 the score. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half.
Well, my advice would be to keep at it. If you're doing well, keep it going.
Bellingham. Fernandes. There's the shot! And And it's in! And look what it means to them. This is a position of genuine strength now. Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Well, a little more decisiveness on the ball and that probably wouldn't have happened, but still, it was very well played. Great pressure to force the error.
Arsenal are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
Well, it's a great time for them to keep the momentum going. I don't see any need to change the approach. Keep at it with the same intensity, and soon enough, they'll get another break.
And it's Totti. Scholes, spread out to the left. And he's looking to catch him up. Arsenal still have the cards to affect this game. Totti, he's shifting through the gears here. It's Totti! And he has kept it out somehow.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Cruyff will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Tchouaméni, oh, good-looking ball. And it's Totti. Zanetti is in a really good position out wide. And they can counter here. Probing pass, and that was asking for too much. Rodri. Totti. Oh, shooting chance! Whistle's gone and the referee has given a penalty. Arsenal presented with a golden opportunity here. So this to extend their lead. Calm as you like, and they're running away with it. Not much more than a formality.
Played a game of double bluff here, I think.
A case now of complete control. Ahead by 3, but they won't want to take their foot off the pedal. Bergomi gets across to intercept that.
There they go, hunting again.
Scholes. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Scholes.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
A heavy challenge. Plenty of appeals, but the referee is not interested. Well, he's certainly caught him there. It's a free kick. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card. That's the end. Oh, this is a side which is purring, picture perfect, to win they will relish, having pulverised what was put in front of them. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So things are underway.
We're talking a genuinely stylish player here in Frank Rijkaard. You're not arguing with that, Jim, are you?
No, I've got to totally agree with every word you just said. As holding midfielders go, he is one of the very best. Nothing phases him.
And he's managed to get free. Torres! What about that from Fernando Torres?
Well, this is already looking rather ominous for the opposition. When a player of his calibre can open up the scoring with a brilliantly classy finish, it could be a very long match for that defence to prevent it happening again.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Rijkaard, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Scholes. And it's Totti. Now it's Torres. Now, can they get him away? Plenty to aim at here. Oh, that's horribly mistimed, and it's given. Penalty. So a big chance now from 12 yards. This further to improve their cause. Calm as you like, and they're running away with it. Not much more than a formality.
A picture of confidence. That was never missing.
Arsenal are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves.
Fernando Torres, and he shoots! And it's there! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. And that really is so impressive.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
2 goals on the day, and he may not yet be done. Arsenal find a position of real strength now.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
Bellingham. Zanetti. Moved on forwards. That has ended up in no man's land. Totti. And he's quick to return it. Totti! Oh, and the keeper couldn't hold it. And no mistake. And that is goal number 20. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Oh, that's great movement from him. He instinctively knew that the ball was going to come back out and put himself where he needed to be. The sort of thing you just can't teach.
Things looking so easy, almost too easy here. And it's Insigne. Bellingham aimed beyond the defence. Torres, that's good play.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
Shevchenko providing an outlet on that flank. Bellingham. Fernando Torres. And the referee has signalled for half-time. Staggering, just staggering. Not in their wildest dreams would they have expected a half-time scoreline like this.
And we come to you now with a
Well,
quick
for me, it's a
request to
lead that's
support
thoroughly
our
deserved,
charity
Peter.
fund,
They've been
Chance in
quicker to pretty
Football.
much everything so far.
Substitution
The only
for
thing
Arsenal.
you've got to wonder is
Number
how
19,
taxing is this for the players?
Filippo
How
Inzaghi.
long can they keep it up for?
Coming on the
Are we going to see a
field
fade
is
in this second half?
Number 20.
Arsenal
Stoichkov.
look as though they have this game won. They've been firing and scoring at will. And we're already back up and running after half-time. Totti. Oh, that's fabulous. It's Totti! Oh, terrific save.
Arsenal really are good at what they're doing. They'll gladly take any opportunity to launch that counter.
Shevchenko. Can he finish? And he's missed it.
I thought it was a really good break. No shortage of pace nor intensity. Exactly what's required when on the counter-attack.
And smartly reclaimed. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
And it's Insigne. It's a good foot in there. Guti really struggling to influence the game.
They're just trying to negate his influence, and it looks like whatever it takes.
Well, it's a poor throw that, picked off with relative ease. Lorenzo Insigne. Adams kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Ah, that's a fine interception. That's put paid to the danger. Torres. And here's Totti.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Now it's Insigne. Arsenal perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. Insigne has the space to scheme. He's had a shot! And he's stuck it away! Well, how's that for a class finish?
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
At least that has given their people something to smile about. He's a sharp little ball here. Might be dangerous. Surely! Spectacular from Stoichkov! That is a gem! An absolute gem! They are gorging themselves here on a seriously gorgeous scoreline. A mere formality, nigh on a certainty. He is truly in the zone.
Yeah, he always had the measure of the...
Bellingham!
I'll tell you, Peter, the keeper owes him big time there. He's lucky his mate was wide awake to that.
Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And here's Totti. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. And Torres! Oh, impressive strike. That's that, the end. So a real showpiece win. This lot were simply far too clever for their opponents, and despite their best endeavours, it has ended in an easy win. How do you look back on the game then, Jim? Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography,
Hello,
the camaraderie.
everybody, and welcome
The
to
fans have
today's
pulled out
match.
all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. So that's got things underway.
Well, this fellow, Giorgio Chiellini, Peter, is one of the game's great thinkers.
Yeah, in both an academic and a footballing sense, of course.
Yeah, and I think he'll prove key if they're looking to play on the break here. You won't get many players who are better than him in terms of ball winning, and it's all going to be about how quickly they can turn things around once they've got the ball.
Robertson calmly anticipates. And it's Neymar. And it's lofted through here. And this is Nedved. Cafu gets it clear. That's an imaginative pass. Well, that's been cut out, well played. Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Kimmich. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
And the pass is intercepted. Robson. And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
And here's Inzaghi. Totti. Judge, surely! Goal! Arsenal! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
He's had a shot! Denied by an instinctive save.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Cafu with the slide tackle there. Nothing wrong with that tackle, ball won cleanly. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Great vision, brilliantly cut out. Arsenal looking to go into the break, 1-0 up. Bellingham. That is a brilliant interception. Into the final 5 minutes of the first half. Takes a shot! And it's in! They are purring, truly purring! Not a defender in sight. He had all the time in the world.
Very good finish, but that back line could have dealt with it an awful lot better. I'm not sure what their plan was, but it's not coming off.
Arsenal are sitting pretty, 2-0
There
up.
will be 1 minute.
You can
added
really
time.
sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
And that signals the end of the first period.
Well, I don't think most of us were expecting a second, Peter. It's become pretty much the ideal half.
That certainly seems to be the case.
Well,
Hello, everybody,
both
and a quick
half-time team
announcement
talks
now.
will
We would
undergo
like to
change
ask you
now.
all to kindly
One will
stay
be solid,
seated during
the other
match.
needs to be
Thank you
pretty
for your
inspiring.
cooperation.
Arsenal looking composed, content, comfortable, leading 2-0 at half-time.
Substitution on the field. Number 6, striker. Number
So off we go
18,
again.
Neymar. Number 7,
Stoichkov.
coming on the field. Number
Zanetti
13,
looking to provide the
Xabi
solidity
Alonso.
his team so need.
Number 9, Pele. Number 21,
And it's Tchouaméni.
Mbappe.
And this is Totti.
Substitution in
Chance
progress.
for a shot! And one more try! And it's there! It's all becoming so easy. And he stuck it away as if laser guided.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
Arsenal find a position of real strength now. And he's intervened well there. Arsenal do look as though they've made a half-time change here.
Well, I'm assuming that this is going to end up as a tactical change, Peter.
And no surprise, that's a booking.
I just think it was a cheap foul to give away.
Robertson, lofted in. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Bellingham. Zanetti did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party goes for the shot! Lacking in accuracy.
Well, probably not the best way to try and get back into this game, but it could spark something into life.
So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Can he finish? Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. And it's Bellingham. Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. Shapes to shoot! And yes, it's there! They will take that. They are absolutely ripping it up. The invitation was clear, and that's it. So many thanks to Jim Beglin. That's all we have time for. Good evening to you.